this guy over here, what's your name again?
Kevin Simpson.
Yep. He wants to do nuclear energy, which is a very valid option, honestly. It would take a little subsidies in order to get it up and running. I actually don't believe in direct subsidies for, like, how would I put it? Towards the consumer. But in terms of like setting up a facility, which you've seen through the CHIPS Act and the way they invest, it's really good for like spurring growth in the, maybe not growth, but maybe at least cost reductions in people's electricity. And then if you have that along with the tariffs, well, you could, if you were able to negotiate a better position with Canada, and that's what you need, sort of, a strong state response, or like at least I'd have to look at the tariff specifically and which companies they leverage it on, or whether or not it's on the actual exchange of New York. But that's ongoing. But yeah, no, if you do that along with battery storage to take advantage of the seasonality and hydroelectricity, and maybe not seasonality, I forget how long they can actually hold electricity, but sometimes they time it out very well along with the software. So like you could make a lot of money, especially if there's a drought going on in Canada. You can become, like we have been, a net exporter of electricity to Canada. So like that's really neat.
And see, for the subsidies, I wouldn't have to use subsidies. What I would do is look for long-term investments. So I would get with the right group so they can float bonds. So people can buy these bonds, treasury bonds or something like that for New York State to invest in New York to supplement the nuclear idea that I want to strategically lay throughout New York State to supply New York City. Also, we can do AI companies, robotic companies, and maybe future flying companies that's going to need the extra electricity and have them invest long term. Whereas if we can get our electricity, New York State, up to their standards, they may want to move businesses here to Western New York, upstate New York, and downstate. When I say downstate, I mean Binghamton and that area like that, not the city. So I think it's a win-win because you would create jobs in those three areas. New York City wouldn't feel like they're taking care of the whole state. And meanwhile, you'll have one circulating energy with everybody producing and holding their own weight. Whereas in Western New York and upstate, we would be supplying the energy. Downstate would have the people that really pay taxes to utilize this energy by bringing more companies and industries into New York City.
Well, yeah, it's a really good idea. It really, the big players you have in terms of like at least the grid. But yeah, no, for at least like the source of the energy generation, maybe not the grid operators themselves.
Right.
Like, yeah, spurring investment like that, maybe overseas investors, like that's a really good opportunity for them, and it's good, like mutually beneficial relationship for us.
Yep. And before I go with overseas, I just want to take advantage because, again, like you said, we have New Jersey, we have Connecticut, and we have Canada, Ontario. So before I bring in overseas interests, I want to make sure that New Jersey, Connecticut, and our neighbors up north have what they want before I bring those in. Once we get the infrastructure down, now the people that want to come over overseas, that's where we can hit them with the tariffs or things like that to supplement more of New York needs. And maybe those tariffs and can go towards, like you said, education.